Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.
Oh my gosh. Can you believe that? I did all of that. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So I did all of that, you guys. I went live in the group. I talked to people. I let them know. And then I told them I was going to try it again and see if I could get it to work. And I did. I tried it one last time. I carefully added the group to the live stream because you have to kind of do it manually and now because of the Facebook's rules or something. And so and it worked. At least worked for the medium group. And now I'm adding mystical connections. So I don't know what the heck was going on. I don't know why, but like the last 3 broadcasts have had a problem. I can't figure it out. So whatever. I thought Mercury was direct, right? I thought Mercury was already direct. Good grief. Take a deep breath, Alice. Good grief. Sometimes technology gives me a run for my money too, you know? And it can be very frustrating. So I'm grateful that some people jumped over to the Psychic Insights page. And in the future, I might try to go live in the from the Psychic Insights page into the group. That's what I really wanted to do. And I haven't been able to get that working. So hi, Betty. I have to use my personal account. So hi, Linda. And Shauna said, hi, Alice. Hello, Sarah. I really hope Corey comes through tonight. It's my first Christmas without him. Things are starting to look up, though. Without him, things are starting to look up. I really miss him. I broke down and sent a picture to his mom tonight. Something told me to do it. I hope maybe she has a change of heart towards me. Aw, I hope so too, Sarah, Shauna. Hi, Sarah and Hollis. Hi, Tracy. And Linda. And Betty. And Samantha. Hi, Barbara. And Christine. Hey. Angela. Love and light. Hey, JR. And Lynette. Hi, Sarah. Sarah sounds like Sarah needs a message. Well, you never know. It doesn't always have to come up through your spirit, you know? Hi, Michelle. All right. Good for you to make a request of who you're hoping to hear from today. It's good for you to speak it or type it out loud so that the spirits can get your messages so that they know what you're looking for, what you're hoping for. You know, that's important. It's important, my friends. Trust me, it is important. And I hope that everyone can get some sort of message from this. I doubt everyone will get a reading, but I'm pretty sure that everyone will be able to get some sort of support, some sort of, support from this, some sort of maybe a message that has some meaning to you, even though it comes through from another person's spirit. Now, speaking, what's going to happen tonight is that Sarah is going to do her best to channel whatever spirits come through, and then your job is to listen and let us know if anything matches. Okay. All right. Hi, Hannah and Mamoni. Hi. Hi, Beverly. It's great to see you. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Christine. First Christmas without my dad. Okay, Nancy and Melissa. I'm glad you're here. And Sarah, we're very busy tonight. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Tanya. And Lynette. There is always a message, isn't there? All right. A lot of people are struggling in that way of being it like their first Christmas without someone they love. And Barbara. Barbara said, do people you are not personally connected to come through to you? Yeah, all the time, Barbara. That's what a medium is. My boyfriend's mom's spirit has been visiting his dad at night and he wants to know what her message is. Well, you might have to ask her. You might have to ask. And it's often better to validate. It's often better to like say something that's validating somehow, like say something that's how can I say it? Something that's just like I hear you, I see you, or something like that. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Sarah, why don't you introduce yourself and speak up?
Well, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. A big thank you to Hollis. I wouldn't be able to do this without them, especially the technology stuff, because me and technology just don't mix. One day, maybe. So, as most of you know, my name's Sarah Redcrow. For those of you who are new here tonight, I'd just like to kind of introduce myself, say how I started in my mediumship journey. When I was a kid, I could hear spirits, but as a child, you don't really do much with it. It wasn't until, unfortunately, in November 26th of 2021, 3 years ago now, my family caught COVID-19. And unfortunately, my son, he passed away from the complications. He developed COVID pneumonia, which is a lot more deadlier than regular pneumonia. Anyways, my son, I had him when I was 15. I grew up with him. He was my world and still is. And I wasn't ready to say goodbye, so I learned how to say hello again. So now here I am today, and without, honestly, Hollis's support and that of other mediums along the way, but Hollis was a big one. Hollis was the one who told me the very first time when I said, hey, I want to learn how. They didn't just say to me, oh, no, you can't. They said, you know what, trust in yourself, believe in yourself. And that's what I always try to tell any of my clients that I have, is to trust in yourself, believe in yourself, especially when you're wanting signs, because we know when our loved ones send us a sign, but there's always that little bit of doubt in the back of our mind. So now I always say what I was taught. And, you can use that saying in more than just spirit communication. You can use that trust in yourself and believe in yourself for everyday situations. Now my son, he helps me just as he did in life. He helps me bring your loved ones through. I always show a picture of my boy. So, oh, sorry. This is my son, Jonah. He was 17 in this picture. We were walking and that butterfly just landed on him. And this is the young man that, oh, I'm not too sure why on my side it's showing that it's only half of his face. So I'm hoping everyone can
see. Because the portrait has changed, so you just have to kind of like narrow the amount of space that's shown.
Thank you. But this is the young man that helps bring your loved ones through. So he's a big part of my mediumship.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who's here tonight for your love and kindness and support. I know that every day is hard, but holidays and anniversaries, birthdays are the hardest. And I just like to say before we start tonight is to be gentle with yourself. Cry if you need to cry. Laugh. Laughing's good. Think of something funny they did or something that just makes you smile. But I always say, hold space for your feelings, especially when you feel that you need to cry, or some of us need to yell, but we feel that we shouldn't. Take a moment, grab a pillow, yell into that pillow. Do what is good for you, because that's the healthy way to do it. And our loved ones, they just want us to be the best that we can be. I was just going to say, if you don't mind, Hollis, I just want to share a quick little
Go for it.
memory with my son. And I'm hoping by me sharing this that each and every one of you can think of that one special Christmas memory. My son was about 13 years old, and I was asking him to fix the presents under the tree. Earlier that day, I bought a present for his younger sister, and it was this doll that the box looked like a crib. So when she was activated, she would like jump. Well, I thought that I turned the switch off. And mind you, me and my son were always pulling pranks on each other. So when I asked him, I said, Jonah, can you just rearrange the packaging? And I would go into the kitchen, and all of a sudden I hear him yell. Well, he moved this package, and that doll's head burst out of the wrapping paper. And he would not believe me that I did not do that on purpose. It was really funny, but the reason I want to share that with you is because these days coming up, they are harder, but that's the one memory that I like to hold on to. So I hope that each and every one of you could think of a memory. It doesn't have to be a Christmas memory, just something to get you through to that next day. And believe me, I have faith in each and every one of you that you'll get through to that next day. So with that, again, I want to send you all my love, light, just to wrap around you. Feel free to ask your loved one, hey, I would love to hear from you. And hopefully they will come through tonight. And if your loved one was shy in the physical world, they might be shy in spirit as well. And if they don't come through, it does not mean that they're not around you. It just means that they're would like a private reading. I know I found this out too, because my son's the same way. He's like, he doesn't really come through lives. But okay. So with that, I'll start. Thank you.
Lots of people are giving you lots of support, Sarah.
Thank
Lots
you.
of people, both in the mediums group and in the pages. And a lot of people really enjoyed you sharing that memory. And some people were even laughing, and lots of love and support for you.
Oh, thank you. And yes, do laugh. It was hilarious. You should have saw his face. I wish you could see his face now, because he's like, really, Mom? Okay. So I do have an elderly lady stepping forward. She is Indigenous. She's short. She would like to wear her hair in braids. I want to say when she passed, she was in her late 80s. She lived a long, good life, she says. The one thing that came with her when she was stepping forward was the song, Here on Christmas by Tom Jackson. And I don't know if anyone ever heard of that song, but it's a special song, and I'm grateful she brings it through tonight. It's a song that I used to play all the time for Christmas here. How she's dressed. So I see her in the traditional ribbon skirt. Her skirt is red, and the ribbons are the medicine colors: black, yellow, white, and red. I do feel that she's saying in her younger years, she used to dance, and I see her wearing the shawl and what would be considered jingles for a traditional jingle dress dancer. She doesn't have the tin, she has the actual little shells. I feel that she's making me aware that this outfit was something that she was laid to rest in. But otherwise, you would be able to find her in like the dress slacks and like t-shirts, or she said she liked to be comfortable. She's showing me her hands, and I noticed her hands, they are slightly calloused but smooth. She doesn't have any polish on her nails at all. And I do feel that she did a lot of beadwork. When I look at her face, she has really nice high cheekbones, a straight, narrow nose. Her mouth, her lips were a little bit thinner, and it would look like she was making like a serious face, but she was always quick to smile. Her eyes are darker. She was just saying that, she has many grandchildren and nieces, nephews. She was just saying that, family is very important, and to always remember traditions. Would anybody be able to take her?
Not yet. A lot of people saying hello, like Vanessa and Cheryl and Ashley and Amanda and Jennifer. Welcome, everyone. Hi. And so you might want to just do a recap, because I'm counting at least a dozen people saying hi. So I'm wondering if they just tuned in a little late.
So I have an elderly lady stepping forward. She is Indigenous, or for those who aren't sure what Indigenous means, she's of Native descent. I honestly would put her Cree. I heard her say Tanse, and I said Manando Kwarutumlan, which is just like, I'm good. She would wear her hair in braids. Her hair was still darker. I feel that it stayed. She's saying that it didn't go white right away. So she was kind of more towards her late 80s when she passed. The outfit that she shows me is a traditional ribbon skirt, which is red, and it has the medicine colors: the red, the yellow, the white, and the black. And then she has a shawl. And I do feel that in her younger years, she might have danced jingle dress. But on her shawl, instead of the tin jingles or the cones, they look like shells. Like, so not seashells. Just trying to describe it a little bit. Because traditionally you would use like little deer hooves or something, but they're flat and they're black and they're kind of square shaped, but they're sewn on top, but they're kind of, so they're loose. So when you dance, you can hear the rustling. when she shows me her hands, they are calloused, but that soft callus. Like I feel that she worked a lot with her hands. She was showing me that she does beadwork. She mentioned that she does have a large family with many grandchildren, nieces, and nephews. I do feel that she was a respected elder in her community. That
Does
she
Cheryl's saying that it matches for her? Okay, hold on a second. Now someone else is also saying it. So Cheryl said that sounds very, but I don't think Cheryl's stepmama is in Mexico. That's not Cree. Cree's
no.
from Canada. It's like the opposite side of the country. So see, she passed this month a few years ago. Laid to rest in ceremony on top of a mountain in a traditional ribbon. She was 69, early 70s.
This lady is well, first I want to say to Cheryl, sorry to hear about your mother-in-law. So this lady is definitely, she's Cree. She does, when she greeted me, she said "danse," which in Cree is that's hello.
Right, that's hello, and right. So now Vanessa, I don't know, she's just saying she was native, but she's not saying she's just saying I named my daughter after her and my grandma Leon, Sophia Leon. So I don't know.
Would you understand? So she was slight of build, like she was shorter, petite, had really nice cheekbones and narrow nose. She calls it her serious face, but I see her lips are a little bit thinner, and it would look kind of like she was frowning, but she was quick to smile. She says that she was always very quick-witted. She does show me her working in, I want to say it's like her smokehouse. I see hanging dried mint. And I know that mint is, like, especially wild mint, it's collected around here a lot too. When I hear her, I notice after she talks, she'll say, like, it
Like,
almost feels almost like an expression, like, it sounds like she says, look over here. She does talk with her hands a lot. So, and like when she talks, she gestures with her hands. Again, when she comes in, for those of you, there's the best way. He was an actor. I'm not too sure if he does any acting, but he acted in North of 60. His name's Tom Jackson, and he sings a Christmas carol called Huron's Christmas Carol. It's in the dead of winter night, the mighty Manitou. That's a song that she comes in with.
Just trying to see if Vanessa finally said, yeah, she's more petite. Description could be her. Trying to bring it over to you. Description could be her. And the picture I have seen of her was not smiling because the photos back then took a long time to take. It's probably true, Vanessa.
Vanessa, would you know, was she Cree descent?
Do you know if she was from very like I think Cree also comes down into the North Dakota area, which is very north. It's very where the Canadian border is. So it's right very close to Canada. So that would be like North America or Canada, like the Canadian American border, that area, if I remember correctly, right? Cree's kind of because
Yeah.
the borders between countries doesn't matter for them. So I'd have to look it up.
There's more. Cree is more in Alberta, a little bit in Saskatchewan, but we're not just like we don't just stay in one spot like everyone. We travel, yeah, we move.
She said she doesn't really know what tribe she was from because all she knows is that she married her very German grandfather. But that doesn't mean anything. Yeah. So
hold on, I'm just gonna see if I can get anything else from her she'd like to say. So the message that I'm getting from her is she's saying that nowadays people rush too much, that they don't get the meaning of family and how we need to come together as one. And she's saying, she goes, and it doesn't just mean like, she says like our culture, our people. She says it's everyone. And when she says everyone, she goes like this, and I get this feeling like globally. She goes, we forget traditions, we forget our grandparents' teachings. And she said, especially now, it's good to come together. It's good to come together to remember old ways and mix them with the new ways. And just know that family is important. And she says, family, even those in spirit, are never far away. She says, we hear and we see. She says, she goes, the young ones, they forget. And she was mentioning about when she was in the physical, she always seemed to have like little grandchildren around her, and she'd be telling them stories and that. And she says with every new generation, every new batch of young ones, it would change because she's showing me it'd be like a big group of young kids. And then as time goes on, it's like they're little by little, they drift off. So she was just saying that especially for the young ones now, it's good to bring them close, good to teach them, family values. So the one thing she's showing me too is when she would laugh, and I think this was a habit from when she was a small girl, but she would cover her mouth, like she didn't want to show her teeth. I can't really feel like she's pinpointed to anyone at all. I think she's just one of those spirits that decided to make themselves known and give their message.
Well, she said, I just reconnected with my high school friend, and this Christmas, having extra family over, many grandchildren in our family. I'm a great auntie at 45 years old. Wow.
Well, I hope that her message was able to, she says that's many blessings, all those children. She goes, you can teach them.
Yeah.
Teach them old ways, teach them new ways. She says that nowadays people are rushing too much.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I get that a lot too.
I'm just going to thank her for coming tonight.
Yeah. All right. And all right. So I just wanted to repeat what Izzy said, Donna Izzy said. Just a side note for Hollis, I won the inheritance. So many spirits around me were correct, and my previous readings were correct. That's so awesome that it's coming to fruition now. It's Christmas tomorrow, and hoping to hear from my mom if she's around. That's beautiful. Beautiful, Izzy. It sounds like you got exactly what was predicted in our readings, and I'm glad that that's true.
That's
And that's
beautiful.
astrology for you.
That's
Definitely predicts good stuff, right? Astrology is really powerful in that way. Yeah, so it's always good news to hear that.
exactly. So I do have another lady stepping forward. She's cute. She's really bubbly, bouncy. Her hair is shorter. It's, to me, it looks almost like a blonde, but she had it kind of curled. So where mine and Hollis's hair that's short like this, but it's more straight down. Hers kind of did this like flip. I think that's how she styled it. She has glasses. They're wire framed. So they're not really round, but they have the round shape, but they're kind of like straight on the corners, if that makes sense. She has like, she's just the cutest. She's got these like cute little chubby cheeks, and when she smiles, her cheeks go rosy. I want to say that her eyes, they look to be blue. Her hair is a lighter brown, leaning towards like a dark blonde. She's wearing jeans. I would put her about like maybe 5'4", 5'5" at best. She's saying, she goes, I'm a little bit plumper, but she goes, I'm healthy. I do feel that she did have a sweet tooth, because she's like, when she said that, she showed me her picking up, it looks like a chocolate out of a chocolate box of chocolate. And she's like, I'm healthy. And she's like, takes a bite and she's laughing. So she's wearing jeans. She says that her kids tell her they're mom jeans, and a white pullover sweater. And her sweater, I don't know if she has another shirt underneath, but, or if it was like one of those that have that collar to make it look like a dress shirt. Okay. She keeps on showing me cats, and not as in pets, but I see like pillows with embroidery on it. So it's like the fluffy Persian white kittens playing with like yarn. I keep seeing like a bunch of like pictures like that. She says that she just adores baby animals. When she shows me her hand, I do see a wedding ring. She goes, it's not much. She goes, but it made me sure beam. That's how she says, instead of smile, she beams when she looks at it. It's a very simple wedding band. It's gold, and it has like a few diamonds in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, that's fine. Would anybody be able to take her? Oh, and she is wearing white tennis shoes. So those, not like running shoes, but you know, the white ones that they're got the more flatter bottom. That's just how she described them, as tennis shoes.
Tracy is saying, could be my Grammy, but she wore a wig. But I bet she didn't wear a wig forever, Tracy. Like maybe when you knew her or whatever, but I'm sure she didn't wear a wig forever. Does everything else match, Tracy? So, yeah, that's what I think of that. That's what I think, like, right away, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Tracy, would you maybe recognize that hairstyle that I described? Could that have been one of her wigs? So I just thought it was, when I was seeing her hair, I was like, oh, you put a lot of effort into it. Because especially I noticed like where it did the flip under it, seemed a little bit more stiffer than your natural hair, I guess.
wait a minute. She just said, no, but a lot, yes. And then she said, yes, definitely. So I'm not sure exactly but she's validating you. So yes, definitely sounds like she's validating she's saying it was dark blonde.
Okay. And would you be able to take that she had like, I want to say that some of those embroidery things kind of was her hobby. And would you be able to understand her saying that she loved baby animals, like she just found them adorable? And I know that's very vague because who doesn't find a baby animal adorable? But when she says it, she's like, oh, she's like, I could just squeeze them. I feel like for her, she's just very wholesome. And she was definitely she's calling herself a mother hen, but just not just to her own children and family. Like if it was a friend or even a coworker who was sick, she was like first in line to, it's funny when I was saying first in line and then all of a sudden I heard prayer circle. So I don't know if she was into the church, but she was showing me like the phone and calling people and like asking for prayers for whoever was sick at the time. But yeah, she was definitely first in line to like volunteer, just all around really good person. Would you be able to take that? And her personality was like really bubbly.
She said, yeah, she did that needle point, and she loved cat pictures, pillows, stuffed cats. Yeah. So she validated all that.
Okay. So when you were little, were you a grandma's girl or a Grammy's girl? Spent a lot of time with her. And would you understand her, especially with the sweet tooth? Like I feel with her, she always had a stash of some sort of sweets here and there. So you go into her living room and there's that candy dish. And she's showing me, I see her and there's a little girl with her. The little girl's blonde. She wears pigtails, has glasses. I do feel this is an older memory, but the little girl's like going to get a candy out of the dish, and I hear, oh, here, I got better ones. And she'd like reach in the side. It's funny because it looks like she's reaching behind one of the throw pillows.
Yeah, she said, yes, very bubbly. And then she said, yes, a sweet drawer with candy and sweets.
And the one on the coffee table was more for show, is what I'm getting.
Okay. So she had a different stash.
She's just, it's funny because she's saying she keeps on saying that an apple a day would keep the doctor away, and then she goes, but a baked apple pie won't make you cry. Yeah. So I think that's just her validating that, she did also like do healthy meals and that, but definitely that sweet tooth was there.
I'm laughing. Amanda said she was holding out. That's exactly what I'm saying too, Amanda. Hilarious, huh? Hilarious.
Well, Tracy, I do feel that I am drawn to you. Do you still carry on a lot of your grandma's little habits? And when I say that, I'm meaning kind of like the sweet drawers, and maybe not as much as she did. She does say to you that, you know, she's just so proud of you and everything you accomplished. She is telling me, though, that, you know, for you to really listen to your instincts, and she says, don't give up. So I'm not too sure what she's meaning by this, but she says, you know your body the best. Don't give up, and don't let sorry, I'm just trying to hear the message a little bit clearer. So again, I'm just going to say, she says, you know your body the best. Don't give up hope. I know that it's a long journey, but there is that light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm not too sure exactly what she's meaning by that, Tracy, but I do feel that that is a definite message for you to just, you know what your body needs, you know what needs to be done. So I'm going to send you a bunch of love and light, because I feel that you do need that right now. So your grandmother is mentioning, did you just recently put up your tree? Because she was showing me a Christmas tree, and she was just saying, oh, she's like, just look at the lights. Look how lovely they are. I do feel that she was a big decorator for holidays as well.
So she is validating something you said before. Yes, with my grandbabies. And she said, thank you so much, Sarah. And she said yes just now. So I'm assuming that's to the tree.
Oh, okay. Well, your grandmother is just loving it. She says that you take after her a lot. And she says that's just beautiful. So she's very proud of you. And she says, I'm just proud of her and all the aspects that she goes through in life, and how she says you march through them and rarely have, she goes, she just rarely has a bad thing to say about anything. It's like you take things with a grain of salt, and you don't really let, you know, other people's negativity get to you. And she says that's a good way to be. So I hope you're able to take that message. And she says, don't worry. She's like, I am there all the time. She goes, and set a plate for me. She's like, because I'm going to be there for Christmas dinner.
And she said that she needed to hear from her. So I think that was really important for her. She needed to hear from her. So that's beautiful. Well done, Sarah. Well done.
You.
She said, thank you so much. I'm so much like her. That's what Tracy said. So,
well, it's a beautiful thing, because just seeing how she was and just the way she made me feel at ease, and she just has a way of coming into the room, and it's like if the room was filled with a heavy energy, she could just walk right in, and it was like you can breathe again. So I'm going to thank your grandma for coming through, because that was beautiful. And
yeah, I agree.
Here tonight.
Beautiful, beautiful reading. And a lot of people are now going to have a sweet drawer.
You gotta. I was telling
you guys. Oh my gosh. We're stashing our sweets now. Oh boy.
Exactly. And she's saying, before she goes, one more thing before I go. She goes, you got to put out the decorative candy, but you have the good stuff stashed aside.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
I do feel that her decorative candy was like those, she's calling them granny mints. She's showing those white mints.
All right. So Sarah's going to bring somebody else through. Hey, Sarah, if you move over just a little bit, you'll be in the center of the screen. Can you see yourself right above where you?
Kind of. Hold on. Excuse me.
Okay.
Oh,
It's like about an inch off.
you know, it's so weird. I'm usually. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And then if I come out.
Mm. Sorry, everyone. Hopefully, no one's motion sickness.
No, I think it's fine. But just
Yeah.
do your best to keep yourself in the middle. It's okay. It's a little bit different, maybe to get used to. I don't know. But yeah, because it was a wider screen before, and now we're trying to do this so we can make little reels. Okay. All right.
Hey.
So Lynette is also laughing. A lot of people enjoyed that reading. A lot of people are saying beautiful. And Tracy said, much love and a sweet drawer. Laugh out loud. Candy, laugh out loud. Oh my gosh. Amanda's saying everybody's laughing and enjoying it. So I think we're all good.
That's perfect. I think that's what we need to do sometimes, just have a good laugh. So I love when spirit comes through, and that's exactly what they bring.
Exactly. All right. Let's see who else we got.
I do have a gentleman stepping forward, and he goes, oh, he's like, I got to top that. He's like, what do I say? What do I say? He's tall. I would put him, I want to say about 6 foot, 6'2". He has a full head of hair. How he's showing me, it comes down a little by his neck here, and it's really thick on top. Oh, sorry. And he shows me, because like when he came in, he was like looking and he's clapping at Tracy's grandmother, and he's like, whoo, he's like, I gotta top that. He's like, okay. He's like, thanks, something good. I do feel he was a talker. Again, he's tall. He has blonde hair. It's kind of, I want to say sandy blonde hair. He has a mustache, a straight nose. He almost looks a lot like that country singer, Tracy Lawrence. I believe he's tall like him, kind of has the hair, the mustache. He's wearing blue jeans, and he does have cowboy boots. So these cowboy boots, they weren't just ordinary, like say work on a ranch boots. They're more dressed up. It almost looks like they have like a snake print on them. I don't know if it's real snake's print, but the toe of the boot is the pointed toe. He has blue jeans on that are nicely fitted to him. He's wearing a white dress shirt. He has it tucked into his pants. He's wearing black belt, and he has a belt buckle that's a little bit wider. It's gold, and it does look like a cowboy riding on a horse, like a bucking horse on it. So when I look at his eyes, they almost, I want to say that they're blue, but they almost look like a light green, like a aqua, kind of that mix between blue and green. Would anybody be able to take him?
Not quite yet.
Just going to see if he can tell me anything else. So with him, he was always quick to lend a hand. He's showing me that when he would go like grocery shopping or something, he would, if there was someone shorter and he noticed that if they were trying to reach something high, even if he was a little ways away from them, he would kind of like try to rush up to help them. So he was very like helpful, very kind. So I feel that
Shauna's asking you to like kind of recap real quick.
Oh,
I think
okay.
she might have missed it. It sounds like Corey a little, she says.
So he's very tall. I would put him about 6 feet, 6'2". He has kind of like sandy blonde hair. It's a little bit longer, but not overly long. He has like a narrow nose, a mustache. He looks a lot like that country singer. I think his name's Tracy Lawrence. He has a really nice smile. So when he smiles, it looks like, you know how when your eyes crinkle at the side? He was just showing me that. He is wearing blue jeans. He has cowboy boots on, and it looks like a snake print boot with the pointed toe. And he has a black belt with a gold belt buckle with, it looks like a cowboy on a bucking horse. I'm really hoping that that sounds like how I'm supposed to say it and not that I'm swearing. But and he's wearing a white dress shirt. He's very kind, very helpful, always willing to lend a hand. He was showing me if he was at the grocery store and he saw someone like shorter trying to reach for something, even if he was a little ways back, he would try to rush up and like help them. I do feel that he did suffer from some stomach issues, though, because he's making me aware of it. It started out kind of like just a nuisance. Like he thought maybe it was something he ate, and it just kind of progressed over time.
I don't think it's with Shauna, by the way. Just saying. Shauna said she doesn't think it's with her.
Okay.
Just in case there's somebody thinking that it might be Shauna.
Yeah. So I do feel that he did have stomach issues where in the beginning it was just more like of an annoyance, and then it just seemed like it was getting worse over time. So I'm not too sure if he might have suffered from stomach cancer is what I'm really feeling. His age that he portrays to me, I would honestly put him maybe mid 40s, not quite 50. He is showing me that he did like to go dancing as well. He goes before my stomach started bothering me, that he liked to, how he's saying, he said he'd like take his girl for a spin. So I'm thinking that's like his way of saying dancing. What he's showing me, it looks like a kind of, I want to say, a country bar scene. I can hear the country music, see everyone kind of dancing. He would get along pretty much with everyone. Would anybody be able to recognize him?
No one has stepped up quite yet.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to ask if he has any particular message, and then maybe I'll ask him to step aside and see if anyone else.
Okay.
So he was just saying that he just wanted to let his family know that he made it safe to where he was supposed to go. He says that that's the one question that he hears the most from his family is they were wanting to know if he was safe and wanting to know if he was in a good place. And he says, yes. He goes, I'm safe. I'm in a good place. And he says, Mom, he says, I visit you more than I did before. He goes, so I hope you know that I'm around you. And he's just saying that his mom is so beautiful. The lady that he shows me as his mom, she looks older. I would put her in her 60s, maybe 70s. She has white hair. She wears glasses. And I do feel that she's still in the physical, because I see him kind of come up behind her and like squeeze her shoulders, like not in like a mean way, but reassuring way. And he kisses the top of her head. But when I see this, I see her more solid and then him kind of more transparent. So that's just him saying that, yes, he does still visit his mother. But his message is just, he says, I just wanted to let them know that I am okay. And he says, I'm not in pain anymore either. He says, I hope you all have a good night. He said, thank you for letting me talk. So I'm just going to thank him quickly for coming through.
Great.
So I do have another lady stepping forward. I want to put her maybe in her 30s, mid 30s ish. She is actually quite tall. I would put her like 5'6", 5'7", thin build. She has her hair, it's kind of short like mine, but hers is cooler and a little bit more edgier. I don't know if anyone ever seen like the girl version. It's called a faux hawk. So on the sides, it's like a little bit more shaved. And so she has the option to kind of like wear it on the side and you'd see the shaved part. She had really great eyebrows. So her makeup was on point. She does show me she has some tattoos, not a lot. The one tattoo that I see on her, sorry, but on her forearm, it almost looks like a waterfall scene, and there's like some flowers. So I see the waterfall, and then I see like kind of like as if it's falling into flowers. She was thin. She liked to wear skinny jeans, high heels. I see her in like the girl suit blazer, kind of with a silk cami underneath. I just really get from her like she was very free spirited and wasn't afraid to try new things. Would anybody be able to take her? And she has great cheekbones too, and a very like sharp jawline. So her features are really like delicate as well. And she's showing me that she did like to get her nails done, and she would normally go with either like a darker, not black, but she liked colors that were that like, so a maroon, but it was like such a dark maroon that from far away it would look black until you got close and you're like, oh, okay. And she wore her nails in kind of like the stiletto style, and not overly long either. Would anybody be able to recognize her?
So far, no one's fessed up to it. No one's said anything.
Okay. Oh, and she did have, so how I see her hair, I do feel that she would change the color. She's letting me know that her natural hair color is brown, but I feel that before she passed, she did have it almost like a platinum gray with some like mauve highlights.
Nope, no one yet.
So another thing she also shows me is like on her fingers too. She did have some finger tattoos. They almost looked so I'm seeing they almost look like symbols, but I don't really feel that they had any like outwardly meaning, but maybe more for her. So I'm gonna doodle on my hand just to kind of show you guys.
Hi, Crystal. Welcome. Hi, Brooke. Welcome. Kahu Hawk, we're doing spirit-led readings tonight.
So I don't know if anyone can see. Oh, there we go. It's kind of like that.
Those look like runes, Sarah.
Yeah.
They look like runes. Do you know what runes are?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I was just looking at them like, yeah, actually they do. So I'm just gonna ask.
She might have been connected to like Celtic or Slavic, German, European culture, like indigenous culture or pagan or magic, something like that.
Like when she carried herself in the room, like her presence would just be known. You know, people wouldn't help but be able to be like, she would capture their eye without meaning to. But it have a very, she's just saying, she goes, you can't judge a book by its cover. So where she kind of has.
Can you recap her as well?
Oh, sure, definitely. So she's taller. I would put her 5'6", 5'7", very slender. But it is kind of like a toned slender. So I do feel that she liked to keep in good health, gym. Her hairstyle that she's showing me, so I kind of see it shaved on the side and a little bit longer. So if she wanted to, she could style it to go over this way, or she's showing me that she could like kind of do it look like a little mohawk. I do feel that her natural hair color was brown, but she's showing me that she changed her hair color quite often. And the hair color she's showing me now, it almost looks like a platinum silver with some mauve highlights. She has really good cheekbones. She liked wearing the skinny jeans, high heels. And she's showing me her wearing like the woman's suit blazer and like a silk cami underneath. So the blazer, I see it's like almost like a steel gray, and the cami is like mauve. She did like having her nails done in their kind of stiletto fashion. She liked the darker colors, but not black. Like she's saying that she would do her nails, say if it was like a maroon, she'd pick the darkest maroon. So from far away it would look black, but up close you'd see, oh, it's not black. She's really high energy as well. I feel that she was just always on the go, very business oriented. I almost want to say that I feel that she had her own business. I want to say a shop of some sort. She does have tattoos. The one tattoo on her forearm on the right, it looks like a waterfall. Like, so I see the rock and then waterfall, but in the bottom it looks like different flowers. So it's kind of gives the illusion that the water is falling on the flowers. her eyes are, sorry, I'm just trying to see if she'll come closer again. She really liked wearing like the smoky eye makeup. It kind of emphasized the color of her eyes. Her eyes were really light, but I can't say if they're blue or a really light hazel, but in certain lighting, it's like they would change. Just gonna see if she has any messages. So the one thing that she shows me is when she smiles, she has on the corner of her tooth, it's like I think they're called a tooth gem. So it looks like a little diamond. She's showing me a memory. I want to say it's Christmas morning. I see this big, beautiful tree. I want to say that she's at her parents' house because I don't feel that it was her personal house. But she's sitting there. I see her in plaid pajamas with the wool socks, and she's got a white tank top on and a Santa hat. She's just saying that was her last Christmas. And she's just saying that how she loved being around her family. And she just wants you to know that she says, if you're out there and you're listening, she says, I'll be home for Christmas. And by that, I mean that she will be there in spirit.
Wow. Well, I hope that her message lands to the right person. Maybe they'll watch this later. And Barbara said, I don't know who it is, but I just had a crazy deja vu. I wonder why, Barbara. That's wild. Usually deja vu means you've either been there before or like something's about to happen sometimes. For my son, it's something's about to happen. When he was a little kid, we were driving home in the snow because we got stuck in the snow, and he said, don't go home that way, like the sort of back way that we went. And we did, and we got stuck in the snow. Yeah, we like ran into like snow, and it was around this time of year. But yeah, so I'm just saying, whatever your deja vu is, I'm sure it's powerful and meaningful. So Sarah, we got to wrap it up, and I appreciate it. I think you did a great job. Thank you. Donna, you're funny. She sounds like me in my early 20s. Oh my. Well, yeah, Barbara, just listen. For my son, it tells you it's about some things about to happen, but for me, it usually means that I'm on the right track. Usually it doesn't mean something's about to happen or I've done something right. I did a great job somehow. I did something good. Whatever it was, but lots of people are thinking you did a great job, Sarah. T said great job, and Christine, fantastic, and thank you. A lot of people are saying thank you. And you guys, you can book with Sarah at the website at psychicinsights.life, and you can know that in this, you can connect with Sarah one-on-one, which I think could be better than doing these little mini readings, actually. I think it would be better because you get, an hour of it, and you probably get more detail about exactly what it was, So, my friends, I hope that you'll visit Psychic Insights and book with Sarah. I think Sarah has some availability this week. It is the holidays, so I don't know how many lives you'll be seeing. I encourage you. I will probably repost some lives this week so you can watch the replay. Especially if you missed one, go catch it again. And, I hope that you have a good holiday. I hope that you get connected and have a good holiday and enjoy this special time with somebody you love. And if you don't have anyone, do what I'm doing. Take care of yourself. Do a time of self-care. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be taking care of myself and doing everything I can to take care of myself. Okay? All right. All right, my friend. So I hope you have a good night. Do you have anything else that you want to say, Sarah?
I just wanted to say thank you all again for your support and just being here tonight. And just know that even though your loved one might not have shown up tonight, does not mean that they're not around you and ready to spend the holiday with you.
That's right.
Be gentle with yourself. And like Hollis said, take some self-care. You don't have to do the big Christmas thing. Just do what feels right for you.
Do what I'm doing. Take care of yourself.
Right?
No. All right.
Sending you all my love and light. And thank you again for all your support. And I can't wait to see you in the new year.
All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.